Ryan Taylor, welcome back to Misfits. Talk to me a little bit about Swarmz round one. What happened last time?
Swarmz fight week, Swarmz the whole fight, but Swarmz the whole situation, the whole last time the fight was meant to happen. One thing that actually I found peace with this fight was basically if someone is due their blessings, they're due their blessings, you can't block it, whatever's going to happen in it. Whatever the situation be, whatever happens, everything happens for a reason, right? I believe one way or another he had, whether he's prayed or whether he's just manifested or whatever, but he got what he wanted, and you could clearly see the celebration that he had after that. He wanted the win very bad. I wasn't expecting it to go that way. Definitely wasn't expecting to, be at risk of losing my eyesight over a little jab, which was a little jab. Even when I watch it back now, I can remember it's like the jab, the punch itself, it didn't hurt. It weren't like anything I felt in sparring. It weren't like anything I've felt before from any fights that I've ever had, with or without gloves. It weren't a hard punch, you know what I mean?
Had he caught you with your eye open and it damaged the eye?
I don't know what it was. I think, to be honest, bro, I was so ill the whole fight week. And I've been speaking to people that whole week and saying how I felt. Got videos on my phone of me puking and, I don't know if it was COVID or some mad virus or whatever, but that whole week I felt like shit. The day of the fight, after we'd done the weigh-in and stuff, the day after the weigh-in, I got a doctor to come and give me some stuff. It made me feel a lot better. I felt stronger physically, mentally. I just said, let's get in there and get it done. But to be honest, my body was, very run down, very tired, exhausted, and clearly wasn't ready to get in the ring and have a fight.
Did you speak to the doctors after? I mean, of course you spoke to the doctors after, but when you got back home, did they ever give you a diagnosis of what happened on the eye?
Yeah, I broke my orbital. The orbital bone was broken. It had a light crack in the eye, and then that had connected with the sinuses. So there was like damage left over from the slim fight that had then connected with the orbital. So maybe like from the slim fight, it was probably halfway there or something and hadn't healed properly. Obviously in that fight, I took a lot of punches, ate so many punches. So maybe it could have been from that, and then with the illness and being weak and whatever, regardless of what happened, it happened, and this time it's not going to be the same, bro.
Was that in your head, the fact that you'd shown such considerable durability in the slim fight, and it was the polar opposite, like you say, the first jab, nowhere near a full strength punch, and it's caused such damage. How was it trying to accept that?
Of course I was fuming. And it's like it wasn't actually one punch. It said it was one punch, but there'd been a couple of jabs exchanged, didn't it? But realistically, yeah, one punch. Of course I was annoyed because that isn't me. I'm not a quitter. If I get in there, that's it, I'm in. And I'm going to go to the end, as we've seen in the slim fight, as we've seen with the Pretty Boy fight that I had before Anthony Taylor in Dubai. Which I feel like is disregarded. A lot of people don't talk about it, which now Pretty Boy is actually, one of the Misfits champions. Any fight that I've ever had, I do go the whole way through, whether it be in the ring or in life. Anything that I do, I'm going to go the whole way through and see it till the end, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was not ideal to deal with that situation. And, what happened, didn't it? As I said, this is not going to be the same thing.
How do you feel personally towards Swarmz?
After just watching the fight back again, which I've only watched it once before, it was straight after, when I was kind of just thinking, I weren't too bothered about the whole situation. After just watching the fight back now, and I remember now how many diss tracks he'd done, all of this stuff, and it's so stupid, man. I get it, you're trying to sell the fight in it, but he was actually at one point considered a good artist in the UK, he was considered someone that actually made good music. Now he's gone from that to being someone that was, not obese, but it was seriously overweight, and it's like if Misfits didn't take him on before, what position would he be in now? So, hopefully he's grateful for the position that he's in now. Fair play to him for losing the weight, which now I've got to lose weight to come down to match his weight for this fight, which is crazy because he's like, 10 kg lighter than Slim, which is mental. Yeah.
He's a big name in Misfits. Yeah, you mentioned Anthony Taylor a moment ago, who is a contender to become champion on the Prime card in Manchester. Swarmz is another big name. He's been involved in big fights. Edgy, headlined in Nashville, Survivor Tag. What have you been able to learn about him as a fighter since your outing?
Seeing Swarmz get in the ring again, he's clearly got his confidence up. He's definitely ready to get in there and have a fight now. There's no question about him pulling out, which was a big question for me and my team before. That's what we thought. We weren't taking it serious just because of the Kristen Hamby situation that we had with him, and then also the conversations with me. Also, like it was, he didn't want to do the fight before. Then he changed his mind. Then he wanted to do it. Then he wanted to fight Hamby. Now he obviously ain't scared to get in the ring. He ain't scared to have a tear up. He ain't scared to get in there and have a fight. So, now it's time, innit? He's going to prepare to what he needs to prepare to. I'm going to prepare to what I need to prepare to. And October 14th, we're going to see a proper fucking scrap on the Prime card. And I think a lot of the fights on the Prime card are going to be fireworks. There's a very big stage that's there for people to get in and get the job done. So it's going to be very interesting, bro. Very, very interesting.
What did you make of his fights with Deji and the Survivor tag in America?
The fight that Swarmz had with Deji, which is the fight after me, nothing special. I've seen a lot of things in there which I knew would have happened if I actually, trained properly and fought properly. Swarmz has got from his first ever fight, he still has them same habits. He don't like pressure and he don't like to be hit. He wants to get in there, wants to get comfortable, get confident with the opponent that he's fighting. There's one thing that you can't train in boxing. You can't make your chin harder, and you can't become a tougher person. You can't teach heart. And sooner or later, when you get lit up and you get that pressure put on you and you get hit a lot and you're hurt, you're gonna want to step back. You're not gonna want to get back in the mix and stay in the middle and fight.
You mentioned then that you maybe could have trained harder in the last fight. I guess a two-barrel question. Why? Why did you not do more? And secondly, how did that make you feel in fight week? Did it play on your mind a bit? Could have turned over a little bit more.
Yeah, super. In preparation for the last fight for Swarmz, I was presented with a very unique opportunity, a very different situation that I've never been a part of in my life. I definitely got too busy in that. I weren't taking it serious. I weren't training. Even at like one of the sessions, went to the gym just to film a video and I come back out. But at the same time, I was also building my businesses out in Dubai. I was so focused with the business. I was focused with other stuff. I weren't taking it serious. And I think I paid the price for that on the last one. But of course, like when it came to fight week, and especially being ill, I was getting every sign possible to just say, don't do this fight, bro. Don't get in there. Don't do it. It don't feel right. Nothing felt right the whole week. It didn't feel like it was the right move, whether it was down to the training or whether it was down to me being proper ill. But it just didn't feel right. But I can't pull out, bro. Like regardless of what's going on, regardless of whatever situation it is, anything, any day, anywhere, like I'll always take my chances and just go all the way. You never know what's going to happen in it. You can feel however you can feel, but then you might be the best thing you ever did in your life. So you have to take that chance. And if I didn't take that chance and I did just say, you know what, actually, no, it's better not to do it, I'll probably regret it afterwards and think to myself, what if? You know what I mean? So I'd rather go through with it, see what the result is, and then deal with it the next day.
Yeah.
As I've done.
Of course. Now, I remember the first digital face-off between you and Swarmz. And I remember you saying to him, show us your belly. Come on, let's see what you've got. You didn't look all that against KSI. Well, now he's obviously gone under a pretty big physical transformation. What do you make of him as an athlete?
Every question I've been asked about Swarmz right now and what do I think of him, I've given credit where credit is due, as you should do as a sportsman. He's definitely stuck to the weight loss. He's definitely been focused. He's definitely been training. He's definitely been on his shit, which I also said if he didn't, what would he be doing? His music career is finished. He's now making diss tracks about YouTubers that are not even also like, big YouTubers really. It's like he's gone from being someone that's making music with platinum selling artists to now being an influencer boxer. I don't know if he's trying to be the best boxer in the world and, compete with the big boys there, but I can't take it serious, bro.
Let's talk about the fight. What kind of fight do you see happening this time? What do you want to happen?
the kind of fight this time is going to be fireworks. I want to get it done. I'm buzzing to get in there, buzzing to get it cracking. I want to have a scrap. You know, he's said a lot of things to me that have resonated. He keeps saying, you know, I've got no power. He says I'm not strong. I'm not all these. A lot of these things that it's either a mind game that is playing, or is definitely just, you know, not understanding what's coming. But this time's going to be a lot different to last time. But he's ready. He's been training. He's been in the gym. He's been working. He's had a couple of fights. There's going to be no excuse after this.
Do you have to win?
Very good question, that. Because, yeah, I definitely want to win. I'm not going in there to lose. I'm not going in there to, you know, quit. It's not an option. But if it goes the same way, like the Slim fight, for example, I was outboxed, right? I was beaten on points, but it was a very good fight. And at the end of it, you can see my face and Slim's face. I was not there thinking, yeah, I've definitely won. But for me, I want this to be a clear win. And if I don't want to win by points, I don't want it to go to the decision. I don't want to go the distance and it get to there and it be like, who's got, you know what I mean? I want to get the job done. So that's all I'm trying to do, bro. It's gonna be a long night for him.
We can't wait. The first fight with Slim showed what you can do. The fight with Swarmz, we didn't get to see.
Yeah.
This time, hopefully we do Ryan Taylor. We can't wait. Thank you very much for joining us. Good health.
Yeah.